Welcome, sir. Hope you are doing well.
Yeah, hi Ashmit. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. So, yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity and your time, sir. So let's directly get into the question. So, was engineering a choice or an option for you?
Engineering was always a choice. Like from childhood, I was always interested in engineering. I would say computer science and electronics was not like something which I thought like well in advance. It was like decided like during counseling, like during like 11th and 12th. But yeah, engineering has always been a choice. Like I was not the one who was pushed to engineering because nothing else was working. But yeah, it was a choice for me.
That's great. You must have enjoyed maths and science.
Yeah, I
So,
would say.
do you have any memorable story from your hostel days that stands out?
Hostel, yeah. Like I would say celebrations, like be it birthday celebration, be
Hmm,
it some winning, some any kind of celebration. I think that those were the most memorable days that we used to have in college, and the days when we had used to have exams like our ESTs and MSTs, the way we used to prepare and the way we used to like learn all those things. So that were the are still those days which I still recall, and when we friends meet, we still discuss about like talk about those days that we had in college.
Were you the one who studied a day before or like the whole semester guy?
Neither of the. I used to study. I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks from the exams. Then I used to enjoy and chill during EST, during the reading weeks. Yeah, that was
That's
my
great.
strategy.
I still haven't learned that.
I used to
What
take
was,
classes during reading week.
that's great. What was your favorite hangout spot during the college and why?
Inside college and outside college. We'll stick to
Inside.
I think Cos was the only place. Cos and Jaggi were the only place that we had during my college. I think now there are plenty. I would say Cos, and then roaming
Okay.
around that road, which goes from Cos till academic area and lot of other things in between. So, yeah, that road.
Okay. So, like any particular thing about cause that like you can still imagine any day?
Cos. The mischiefs that we used to do at cause, the talking, the memories and the time that we spend at cause, like the friends we used to sit in cause and then talk. So yeah, that was it.
That's great. Were you involved in any college societies or activities? Like, how did they influence you?
College societies, yeah, I think till second year I was involved in most of the societies. Then in third year I was involved with SAIC and EDC, and then yeah, that was it. They helped me to, yeah, they sort of helped, not directly. They could, I would say they taught me like how to get work done. Like it may not always be the right path, or it may not always be the straight path, but how to get work done. So yeah, that is what I learned. It's not a technical skill, but yeah, I would say an important skill too.
Very true. So, how did your college experience prepare you for your career?
I think this is as I said, the most important thing that I learned from college is if you want to do something, if you want to get done something, you need
Hmm.
to get it. Sometimes you have
Yeah,
to do it the right way, sometimes you have to take an alternate way, but yeah, you have to do it. That is and that is up to you, how you plan for it, how you do it. But you can't, there are no excuses. Like at the end of the day, you can't just say I was busy there, or I was sick, or I was something doing something else, and you have to get the work done. So that is it.
that's the main thing. So,
Yeah,
like you
everyone
recently will,
and sorry,
yeah,
I'm saying
I was
studies
saying
and
like
all are managed, so that is fine. So, but these lessons are important.
exactly. So, you recently visited college. You must have seen the Nirvana Park. Was it there at your time?
It was there. It was in much dilapidated conditions. Uh, the lake, the that lake that is there in Nirvana, it was much like a a dirty place, I would say. We didn't used to go to Nirvana because it was full of snakes and there was nothing to visit there. So, but now I think it has they have turned it up into a park, like where
Hmm.
folks can go and like roam around. So yeah, it was not there at all at all. It was just a green lump bit in Thapar.
Now it is one of the most famous place at the campus.
Yeah, it is quite beautiful now.
Yeah. So let's move to another section where we'll be talking about your working place. So can you walk up through your journey to becoming a data scientist at Microsoft India? What were the pivotal steps?
So the first pivotal step that I took was I decided to learn data science during college, and then decided to stick with it, not like choose an. I didn't choose an alternate path. This was like my one and all. So that was the most important step. Then, so when I joined the corporate world, the
Hmm.
experiences that I got there, the experiences I got from the internships, those were very important. I think I would say internships are the most important thing during college that a student can get, and that prepares you well for the corporate world, and they give you the ample amount of learning that you need to put your step forward.
How many internships did you bag in your college time?
Officially three, I think. Two were major. One was just like okay, and then I used to work during my semester also, like for some company or something, like part time. So yeah, that also went there. That shaped me, that shaped my data science skills also.
Okay, that's great. So like, did you bag them all on campus or off campus?
Off campus mostly.
Okay, that's great. So staying in Microsoft, what's the work culture like there?
It's chill. Work is there.
Hmm.
Environment is chill. I get to roam around a lot. I can go. I have the freedom to like go to Leh or go to like Dal Lake or and work from there for a long duration. So that is the freedom that I have. I would say that's the freedom that I think is there for like I think for most of my career. But yeah, this is like the culture that I really cherish about Microsoft.
I hope saying this on a podcast won't affect you.
Sorry,
I hope saying this at a podcast won't affect you.
I don't. Everyone knows that. It is official, so yeah, it doesn't.
That's great then. For students aiming for roles at tech giants like the MAANG, what strategy should they employ to stand out?
uh, Experiment, like if you are in first year, explore all the things, like explore app development, web development, especially I'm talking from a perspective of a tech or a circuit branch. I'm not very well aware of the other branch, so I would just focus my answer to them. Explore everything like front end, back end, ML, anything that you see or lay hands on. Game development, you just try those out in your first year, and by the time of second year you try to pick one or two
Yeah,
of them, then master them, that and then try to get internships in the area that you have chosen, and that is how you will get slowly prepared for whatever thing you want, be it ms, be it a corporate. If you are in ms, try to write few papers, good
hmm,
papers, professors, so that you can like use them as your reference, as your portfolio to show for universities that you are applying for.
yeah, for sure. So I've heard that you are working in LLMs, like large language models and optimizing systems. So what advice would you give to students interested in the same field, like some particular roadmap or something like that?
Never get stuck in the fandom. Like, llms are crazy now. During my college, gans were crazy, then
Yeah,
something other come up. So never ever go for the fads. Stick to the fundamentals first, master them, learn them, master them, implement them, then go for the fandoms thing, because these are there for a these might be there for a couple of years and then just vanish. So if you just focus all your learning on them, you might not be uh, best suited for the industry or for anything that you want to do.
oh, Okay. So, like, can you share your academic projects or experiences from the college that affected your career in AI? Like some
To
projects
work with,
majorly?
I used to work with professors on the projects, like with PhDs and master students. Uh, like many projects, I cannot recall like specific one, but yeah, I was mostly involved with like professors from most of the departments, be it electrical, electronics, think computers, few from mechatronics. So that helped me to like implement my knowledge in different domains in different ways and solve different problems. So that
Hmm.
experience helped me understand that a same solution, like let's say a same classification model, how it can
Hmm.
be implemented in different domains in different fields and can solve different problems.
Yeah,
That helps
that's
me here
important.
also at Microsoft. Like I have a solution, how can I modify that solution to solve a different problem? So that skills that I learned there like helped me a lot.
Okay, staying with professors, how many research papers did you write?
Wrote two individual papers. That's not
Okay.
much. I would say you can write more, but yeah, I stick with two. I did spend, so I couldn't like decide I should I go for a master or should I go into corporate. So I wrote two papers, did couple of internship. But if you have decided you have to go to masters, you can write three or maybe four. Or if you have decided you're not interested in master and you have to go to corporate world only, then you can reduce papers and then do more of internships.
What would be your suggestion for a student
It,
pursuing ML?
it depends on the point. It's a personal choice. I was not able to decide by the college, by the end of the college. So it depends. Like, what do you want to do? If you decide later on in your career that you have to do masters or something, so you can do it. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So before we move on to your next part-time passion or the mentorship,
Mhm.
would you like to spill some tea about the mischiefs you created at the campus?
Okay. So the library that you see is not was not the library that we used to like work like we used to have.
Hmm.
That library was, I think it's currently a new department. It's the second gate that you see. Like if you from the main gate, if you go ahead,
Yeah.
there's a second gate. So that was a library gate. So we used to go out from college from that gate, not from that gate, from that boundary a lot because it was a very porous boundary. There were like steel railings, and I'll not share the technique, but we used to just jump off that from that wall and like go. And
You can do now, like they are fenced and they are wired completely these days.
there are other techniques. So you just have to be creative enough. So I used to do that, and then used to roam around college late. Used to get scolded by guards. So that was.
Coming on to the mentorship you provide to the students. So first, would you like to share something about it?
So yeah, I like to help like my juniors. So if especially if they want to break into data science and AI, so I like to teach them. I like to like mentor them, like what they need to do. The mistakes I did, I tried that they don't repeat them, and what is the best guidance that best resources and whatever connections I have. So I can leverage them to help them out. So there's one thing that I would share, like, so I always start with like 30, 40, and by
Hmm.
the end of third year, they are in single digits. So I started
Hmm.
with, I think, 20, 25 students 2 years back with my first batch. There are just nine. So what I do is I remove students who don't perform, who don't like not perform, I would say, who don't invest their time in the mentorship. So I just remove them. So it always land up in like single digits. So that is one thing that I have experienced. But the one who are very serious, they excel. Like many of them get the internship. So yeah, that is there.
Yeah, the first batch we read the stat, 8 out of 9 students were already interning, and one of them is in interview stages somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Rana
So
told us.
it
That's
happens
great.
if you spend good amount of time, if you invest right. So yeah, that happens. So it is not that difficult. I cannot
Yeah,
guarantee
that,
everything, but yeah, you have to invest, you have to work.
yeah, well, that's a great start. So, like, how did you start? Like, how did this plan end up in?
I reached out to one of my professor, Dr.
Hmm,
Prashant Singh, that I want to mentor few students. So he had, if you know, if he has a huge network of students, I would say. So I was already in touch with few, so I started with them. Then gradually it grew to like more students and then more students. So that is how it started. Now it's like a, I would not say systematic thing. It's very difficult for me to get a regular time, but I try to do it. My aim is to do it on a regular basis, but yeah, if
hmm.
there is someone who reach out to me for anything, then I try to help. Or if there is something that I find a resource, I do. So that is the kind of mentorship I am trying to provide.
Okay, so running this mentorship, how is the experience? Like, you're managing your job as well as this mentorship. So, what's the experience like?
It's not that difficult. I spend at most an hour or two a month, so it is fine. I can manage
Okay.
2 hours a month, so that is not a big deal.
Yeah. So, what have you learned while mentoring students? That must be a great thing.
What I have learned a few things that sometimes students can do things and can learn things which even I don't know, or they can bring a perspective on a particular a topic or a system that even I didn't look at. So it's always a two-way process. I also get to learn a couple of things when I'm like sharing like
Hmm.
what knowledge I have. So yeah, that is there.
Yeah. So, what is the key advice you give to your mentees which help them succeed in tech industry?
Have Get a discipline, invest like at least 2 3 hours daily on whatever you want to do. Otherwise it would be difficult, especially into data science. So if you want to go, although I will
Okay.
not recommend to go to data science just because it is a fad these days. So you have to, if you really want to go into or break into that, then you have to like get into touch with me. I'll let you know what are the pros and cons of getting into data science, and then you can decide.
Okay, that's great. A lot of DMs is what you'll be getting after this video goes live.
No worries.
So, like, but still, would you be able to share some pros and cons in brief?
Okay. One thing is, if you are into data science, you have to spend at least 2 3 hours a day just to stay relevant in the industry. Like reading
Hmm.
research papers, learning a new technology. So I'll give you an example. These LLMs that you say, they were not there 3 years back.
Yeah.
So at some point, I had to learn them also. And before LLM, GANs were there, and before
Hmm.
between them there were transformers. So things keeps on coming, and you have to use them, and then you have to and since they are new, you have to learn them also. So it's a constant
Yeah.
learning process that you have to do. A pure academic kind of learning, that like reading papers, making notes, all those things that you have to do. So that is uh, difficult and something that many people don't expect to do in the corporate. So that is one thing I think a con. If you really enjoy it like I do, you can. But if you don't, then you have to stay away.
Okay. So, is it the field that is going to saturate sometime soon, or it is a long-term way to go?
I am not sure what happens. Depends on a lot of things, different things. Depends how AI proceeds. Depends how what is the need. So I'm no one to predict that. So I can't comment on that.
But some intuition or some perspective you consider.
I think there are a lot of things that are still left to do in AI. Although there are multiple breakthroughs, but yeah, there are still a lot of gaps. So I think it's going to stay at least for a decade. But yeah, you never know.
And what about layoffs in this field? Like these days, layoffs are something happening daily.
See, I'm not that old in the industry, but I think what I have seen every decade there is a wave of layoff. In
Yeah.
2012 there was one, 2002 there was one, then 2009, 8, 9 there was one. So I think there will be 10 years. That's what I have seen. There's a layoff wave. So probably this is one. Probably will not have one for like good 8, 10 years too. But yeah, let's see.
Hmm. Can't predict anything as of now.
Yeah,
So, how important is networking for students, and what tips would you give to have a strong network?
important tip. In networking, I think what kind of network? Network in corporate, network among students. I think the best thing that
Okay.
you can do is you have network among them, among yourselves, because at some point
Hmm.
you will end up into corporate world, and then you will have friends everywhere in the industry.
Yeah.
So that is the most important network, and that is onto your hands also. Like you can
Hmm.
have that network built. Societies also help to some extent to have those friends, those networks. But yeah, if you have can have that, don't just stress too much on having connections into industries and all. That will probably help, probably not, but the friendships and the connections that you have in the college, that will definitely help.
Yeah, that's great. So, do you have still in contact with the friends you made?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Do you plan reunions or something like that?
I have one just sitting beside me.
Okay, that's great. Is he up for coming to the meet?
We'll talk. I'll let you know.
Okay. So, what skills are crucial for the students to develop in the tech landscape?
Skills, tech landscape. What do you need to learn? I would say skills, more important than skill, it is the attitude that you need to put on of learning and doing things. Skills can be made like after that attitude. If that attitude is there, skills can be learned. So that attitude is important.
Hmm. So, like basically, a learning attitude is what you say is important.
Yeah, learning with discipline, I think that is the most important thing because skills will keep on changing.
Hmm.
Today, like some time back, you used to develop Android app in Java. Now you mostly use Kotlin. So
Yeah.
a new skill, but if you have that learning attitude, that right discipline, you can like stay up to date with the latest trends or whatever you in whatever field you are. So that learning attitude, it is important.
So, like, can we say that it is not only the data science place where you have to keep developing or consistent in staying new trends, but in every field of the tech landscape?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay. How can the students maximize their time in university to set themselves up for the future?
Or you just want me to answer how can students maximize their time in university, or do you want to step them up for the success? Like if you want to just maximize time, just fail in every subject. You'll have the maximum time.
Not in university, but using their time well to get the success they want.
I would say uh, get to know what you really enjoy, do projects, build like have friendships, make friends,
Hmm.
have network, and then keep on learning. I think that is the only thing that I would say that will help. Getting 100% attendance, getting full marks might help, but
Hmm.
uh, getting good set of friends, learning new skill, having right attitude will definitely help.
Okay, that's great. So, considering we have been talking so much about the things which are relevant or the guidance you can give to the students, let's
Mhm.
get back to some mischiefs or some fun questions which you can tell us about Thapar University.
Some
So,
mischief. Yeah. Yeah.
what were the fests kind of when you were present at the university?
Fest. Fest were good. I think we had the Khabar Foods Festival for the very first time. We
Hmm.
organized that. I think that has been a success, and they have been having it till now also.
Yeah,
Saturnalia was okay, good, not that great. I've seen better, but yeah, TFF was good. There were other fests also. Some EDC used to do a lot of good fests. SIC used to do a lot of good, not fests like EDC and SIC. There were the programs that they used to do. I remember having a venture capital like kind of a program. It was
hmm,
organized by EDC that was really a hit. Then I think SIC at GLSC, I think
yeah.
something related to that. That was really good. So yeah, these are some few things that I still remember. So I assume they were good.
So, like, did
Yeah.
you really spend so much time attending these events, or saying this that you have had so much time to invest in yourself
Now
doing
see,
data science?
in Thapar, every day something is happening. So you
Yeah,
have to decide where you have to go. If you go everywhere, then you are nowhere.
so true to say. But seeing
So
your friends go, you do feel like going.
I used to go in like many events, but not all.
Okay, something like particularly you can remember your friend group or some events that you conducted yourself.
Saturnalia was definitely one. Thapar Food Festival was definitely one. Then a few SAIC events were also there. I don't remember the name though, but yeah, I was there.
Okay,
They were good. You can, yeah, I remember, still remember having them, like arranging them and all, getting the sponsorship and all.
marketing. So you have been a TA for some time at Thapa University. So how did it help you, and how was the experience overall being a teaching assistant?
It was not like a TA. It was just like teaching a few things. So I get to know that I can speak to like 200-300 students at once. So that was a very new experience for me.
So like, was it a lab or a lecture kind of thing, or the tutorial classes?
Uh, it was a lecture kind of thing.
Yeah, that's great. So did the students create mischiefs in classes while you were teaching? Like something interesting that happened?
Yeah, there were a few who used to ask some weird questions. I remember, but
Weird
I
questions.
I was just one of them. So also like I have been on the other side, so I know what goes into their mind.
Okay, something which you can share, like the questions.
I don't think I should share.
That must be really weird then.
Yeah.
Well, who was your mentor when you were the TA?
Uh, my mentor has
Like,
always been Dr. Prashant Singh Rana and Dr. Vishal Srivastava.
okay, so was the TA part time was also like for deep learning or something like that?
It was for deep learning. It was just
Okay,
like a few lecture. Something.
okay, something like we are on the verge of ending the podcast. So some things which you would like to tell the students, be about life, be it about your story or something about your mentorship, anything.
I think if you want to get reach out to me, I'll share my TopMate link and uh, a voucher code which you can use to just have a time with me. I would like to do that for free for Topper students. You just need to be a student in Topper. So I'll be sharing that
Mhm.
details with you also, which you can share with the student. I think so that I can help. I want to help as many students as possible. So that is there that I want to share, and just keep learning and yeah, that is and keep learning. Be disciplined. That is all I think you should learn from the college.
Okay, any experience about faculty? Like before we end, something about the faculty of Harvard University you would like to share?
I would like to say faculties are actually very chill if you are the right student.
Okay,
I'll not say what the right student means. But it definitely does not mean getting the highest marks and coming
okay,
daily to the class or sitting on the first bench, but you have to be the right student.
Okay. So be the right student and get the everything which is possible done towards your favor.
I would. What are you exactly trying to ask?
Not really something which you can't share, but something like maybe some quite attendance favor, like the detention criteria is so strict these days.
I don't think you just can't get away from detention just by having some favors. But yeah, definitely if you want to clear some doubts, want to
Hmm.
understand more, learn more, then yeah, definitely being a right student can help.
Okay, that's great. Thanks a lot for joining us for this podcast. You have been the first guest for this second season of our podcast series, and it was quite a great experience spending time with you, learning from you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Ashmi.
sir.
Thanks for the time. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, sir.